Hello, and welcome back to PUCL's 2024 Draft League with me, GigaSaurusGames, in my final match of the regular season against Mr. Milotic, or some letters for their official Discord, for their actual official Discord handle. This week, the roster that I am facing off against is... I didn't prepare it. I forgot that my prep for this match was a little weird. Oh, no, I remember. It was on a different page, wasn't it? Oh, I see. Got it. Yes. Okay, no, it was this. I do have it. I was just looking at the wrong... I just forgot to fully finish up updating it. So the team looks like... Their roster looks like this. The obvious threats here are the top four. I expect Volcarona to come, but it doesn't have to. I expect Aggron has to come. I'll say overall, I don't. This roster kind of scares me. It hits pretty hard. My team as a whole doesn't take hits very well. But not, on the positive side, they have to bring Aggron, which isn't that valuable Pokemon. I've used it before to some effect in other tournaments, but in terms of threats, any other sixth Mon would scare me a lot more. So the team that I'm bringing looks like this. I'm bringing a single choice Scarfer. There's lots of things that can potentially set up +1, so Iron Bundle has to be Choice Scarf to make sure I'm the fastest thing in the field, I think. I thought about bringing Double Choice Scarfer, but decided it didn't help. And I found in my calcs that Choice Band didn't really help me on Hisuian Arcanine, so I'd rather be able to come in more often and switch up my moves. Vileplume is here for Wo-Chien and Palafin. And then Latias is a Lumberry because it's going to be my primary method of dealing with Sneasler. So here is the challenge. Yeah, they're the letters. That's the team I want to bring. Yes, it is. And we are underway. All right. The top four came, as I expected. Wo-Chien did not come, so Vileplume can now be completely devoted to beating Palafin. And to a lesser extent, Raging Bolt probably, I think, is going to be its secondary job. I guess it makes sense Wo-Chien didn't come because I already fought one Wo-Chien in another battle and Vileplume was shown to be a great counter for it. But I was okay with the possibility that it wouldn't come because even if it didn't come, then that just means Vileplume is free to handle Palafin. I believe with this lineup, I stick with my original plan of I lead Iron Bundle, and if I see a Palafin lead, I immediately flip turn, and if it stays in, then I expect its Choice Scarfed. So the worst thing you can do is a zero form flip turn, which does not scare me in the least. Palafin staying in an Iron Bundle that knows Freeze Dry is pretty dangerous, so it's probably a Choice Scarf Palafin. Because otherwise I outspeed by default, and I have a hard time believing that it's willing to risk Freeze Dry. I could have just gone for Freeze Dry immediately if I'd wanted to. I suppose my opponent's team doesn't really have a good switch into it, but Volcarona is still a switch into it, and it's not it kind of worries me. Alright, Volcarona. Let's see here. I go straight into Arcanine. I thought about going for Toxic, but it just isn't worth my time. Let's see. They have switched into Head Smash and Aggron. We're gonna set up rocks. I think they're gonna be useful here. That's expected. Going straight to Vileplume. We now know it's heavy-duty boots. It's also the defogger. Okay then. Interesting. In that case, we're gonna go for Head Smash. Nothing really takes it outside of Aggron. If Aggron wants to come in, now I know. I don't have close combat because I'm carrying Stealth Rock instead, so we're just gonna switch out of here. Overall, I'm okay with this because now its potential sturdy is broken. And I'm gonna go into... I'm expecting a rock move. Let's go into Urshifu. That was a rock move, also it missed. Switching into close combat they do have, so we're gonna Wicked Blow. Choice Band and Wicked Blow I don't think will kill Aggron from this range, but it would be a choice to stay in front of an Urshifu. I expect the switch in to be either Gardevoir or Volcarona. If they are expecting close combat, Wicked Blow will deal a major hit to either of them. It might just kill Gardevoir outright. Nice. Okay. That was one Pokemon I was worried about, specifically because it's a problem for Urshifu. So I'm happy about that. Also, evidence suggests that Arcanine does in fact counter Volcarona pretty well, since it's currently... Its known coverage right now is Defog, which is not coverage. Latias, I'm physically defensive. My plan was... This was my counter on this team to Sneasler. I'm not quite max physically defensive because I'm carrying enough speed to outspeed every Raging Bolt that isn't Choice Scarfed. And that's fine. And that's why I have a Lumberry. Also, it's Poison Touch, so I don't have to worry about Unburden. Cool. I'm just gonna Mist Ball. If it wants to go into Aggron, I think I'm okay with that. And nothing else. Nothing else should really want to take a hit. Especially this Volcarona. So I could stay in and get some damage off, but that is not worth taking damage to Latias because I need to be able to handle Sneasler multiple times. So we're gonna go into Arcanine instead. It could also be a Choice Scarf Volcarona. I haven't seen evidence to the contrary yet. Flare Blitz the Aggron. Alright, it will now get 2-hit KO'd in the future. Let's see. I think Urshifu is still my switch in. Yep, I can even take one more. And there is no switch in to Wicked Blow. And I expect Wicked Blow will kill from this range. Even if it doesn't, it is not expected to kill me. And I can hit it next time, and it won't be able to switch in anymore because I'm sure it'll be too low to even take a head. It'll probably be too low to even take a head smash in the future, even if it lives. Let's see, what Pokemon would be making my life much harder on my opponent's roster, given the way the game's been going so far? Great Tusk. Great Tusk could be making my job a lot harder. There we go, and there goes the last thing that can switch in to a Head Smash. Arcanine can now freely go for Head Smash every time Volcarona comes in. I am happy about that. Alright, we suspect this... I suspect this is Scarfed, but Vileplume is 100% safe switching every time. Alright, I did assume it was close combat, so that makes sense. We are gonna go for... Let's see. It's not gonna stay in, so there's no... It has no business staying in, so Giga Drain doesn't make sense. since the rest of the team resists grass. So let's go for Leech Seed. Keep Vileplume healthy. Get some health back in Arcanine after it switches in. Defog doesn't clear Leech Seed. I'm not quite sure what the goal there was, because I haven't set rocks lately. And nothing switches into Head Smash. So I think Volcarona can get coverage for Arcanine, but in most formats, the way Volcarona handles something like Hisuian Arcanine is by Terra. So especially since this was carrying Defog, it really couldn't afford any coverage, and I think its best move to hit Arcanine is like Energy Ball. Okay, hello again, Sneasler. Go into Latias. Mist Ball will kill Volcarona at this point, certainly kills Sneasler. And I've got Draco Meteor for Raging Bolts. And I can take a Thunderclap, especially after -1. Turns out the -1 didn't matter because it crit me, but I lived anyway, so it's fine. How much was close combat doing? 25%. Okay, so Latias dies here. And I accept that. Vileplume is my new switch-in, as I go for Leech Seed. Well, that's not great. I have Effect Spore, so something bad could happen to it. I have Effect Spore. Why are you not getting affected by it? There we go. Okay. And that should be game, I think. Let's check some calcs to make sure that I don't need to worry about anything. Sneasler. Iron Bundle. Ice Beam is a 2-hit KO from full health against Volcarona. Ice Beam is a 2-hit KO from its current range. I go into Iron Bundle. It's guaranteed at least 1 turn of sleep. I'm guaranteed to outspeed even as a Choice Scarf because I am a faster Choice Scarfer. There goes Sneasler. I go into Arcanine to guarantee they don't need to this is mostly for differential at this point, really. I don't feel like missing. So I'll go for Flare Blitz. And that's the match. All right. That felt good. And that means that I'm ending the season at 5-3 with a +7 differential. All right, good game, Mr. Milotic. And that felt like I was playing well and managed the prep I needed to bring. My opponent saying good game. I will post the replay for the admins. And I don't think there's much else to say about this match. I mostly just brought the right 6. My opponent brought Aggron, but my opponent had to bring Aggron, and they brought it in at good times against Arcanine, but that allowed me to bring Urshifu in, which overly threatened other members of the team. Even if it had hit the first one, I was expected to live 2, so that wouldn't have changed the outcome because I didn't take any more damage after that point in the match. And the fact that Vileplume being completely able to counter everything Palafin could do, and being a secondary answer to Sneasler, especially with Effect Spore, worked out well for what I did. So good job, Vileplume. And with that, I have almost certainly made playoffs, so I will be back at some point in the future with my playoff games. And so with that being said, this is GigaSaurusGames. Hoping you enjoy the match, and signing out. Bye.